Good afternoon. My name is David, and today I'm going to be giving you guys information about cigarettes and cigarette smoking. They're harmful to all, not just to the person that puts a cigarette in their mouth. Cigarette is something that's been in my family for my entire life, and it's known to bring about types of cancer such as lung cancer, emphysema, and COPD, which stands for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And this is a condition where a person will cough a lot, and it can lead up to a form of cancer. Right. But before that, I'm also going to talk to you guys about what's exactly in a cigarette, what it does to secondhand smokers, and how it affects children in a way that does not affect adults. The first thing I'm going to talk about here is what's exactly inside a cigarette and what it does to the body. There are more than 7,000 chemicals that are in cigarettes, most of which are toxin and can cause cancer, such as lung cancer. The United States links 1 out of every 5 deaths to cigarettes, whether it be the person that actually puts a cigarette in their mouth or the person that's around them collecting secondhand smoke. The odds of developing lung cancer is 23 times more likely for men who do not smoke. And it's also 13 times more likely for women to develop cancer that do smoke for those that don't smoke. Cigarette smoking increases the risk for many types of cancer, such as lung cancer. If you're currently a smoker, you should see a doctor regularly for checkups. And rates of cancers are highest among African American men. There are at least 70 cancers that can occur from cigarettes, one of which is lung cancer, as I stated before. Emphysema, which is a chronic breathing condition, can also be linked with cigarettes. All right, next I'd like to talk with you here is how secondhand smoke affects those that are around the person that smokes a cigarette. Now, secondhand smoke is basically those that are around the person that smokes, and it's basically particles that are from the cigarette butt that go into the air and are inhaled by the people around them. Nicotine is one chemical agent that is used in cigarettes, which is also a deadly poison. This is only one of the 7,000 chemicals that I said are in cigarettes, that are used in cigarettes. Arsenic has also been linked to cigarette smoke, and that's also been used in rat poison. Most of the cigarette companies won't tell you about this, but you can find it out just looking on the website. Small amounts of these chemicals get into a person's blood when they inhale a cigarette. This is important to know so that if you're not somebody that smokes, you have to see a doctor regularly for checkups as well, so you know that your lungs are okay as well. It should be pointed out that a person that does smoke and has been smoking for many years develops a type of toxin on their lungs, but that can be taken away if they stop smoking. The tar will eventually evaporate and the person can be fully healed. This also goes with other kinds of nicotine, not just with cigarettes, but also if they dip or chew. Right, and if you thought that was bad, get this. Even hydrogen cyanide has been linked to be in cigarettes, which is a poison that is used in gas chambers. I know because I felt it firsthand when I was in the Army. It's not a shock that cigarette providers do not tell their audience about these. Now that you're all familiar with what's inside a cigarette and how it affects those that not only put it in their mouth, but other people around as well, let me tell you about how it affects children, as we have some here. It affects children in some very different ways. The first thing about it is it enhances the secondhand smoke from people that are families in front of children. Secondhand smoke, which is like a mixture of gases from the particles of cigarettes, has 250 chemicals in it alone that are from the cigarettes. More than 50 of these toxins can cause cancer to a non-smoker. More than 126 million Americans continue to be exposed to secondhand smoke daily, whether it be in workplaces or out on the street or at work. There are approximately 34,000 lung cancer deaths and 22,700 heart disease deaths every year for non-smokers. Children less than 18 months, there are 150,000 to 300,000 new cases of bronchitis and pneumonia every single year. There are also 7,500 to 15,000 hospitalization visits due to children being exposed to cigarette smoke every year as well. One thing to mention is 60% of children 3 to 11 live with at least one smoker in the house. So now that all of you have a better understanding of what's exactly inside a cigarette, you're all better prepared to know how to handle it. Those of you that don't smoke, you're known as secondhand smokers. You can be exposed to it out in the public, even without not even trying to be around a cigarette your entire life. This is why it's important for you to know exactly what it is you're inhaling when you're around somebody that smokes. Also now, you know how smoking affects children, and how they are affected in a different way than adults. Children are much higher on the scale of being likely to develop different kinds of bronchitis and pneumonia than adults, who will most likely develop cancer. There's a lot of references that you can look into if you want to know different information about what else is inside a cigarette besides arsenic and nicotine. One of which is Smoking from Encyclopedia of Women's Health, and that's right on the website that will give to you. That's it.
Yay!
That was 5 minutes. I can see the time, so.